Hello guys, welcome to this weekly outlook. Today we are going to look at the markets. That is, we are going to check our pairs and analyze through the major pairs and some of the indices. Also check the DXY. All right, let's get down to the charts and see what's happening on the pair. Last week on GBPUSD was quite not direct, not straightforward, but see how the weekly candle close. It's not really that bullish though, but something is about to happen on GBPUSD due to this huge rejection. This signifying something on GBPUSD. So now going to our daily time frame. On our daily time frame, you can see that GBPUSD closed the last Friday candle closed very bullish, and also it cleared this low, that is on 4-hour. If you go to our 4-hour time frame, you see that GBPUSD cleared a certain low here. It's cleared a certain low here, which sweep this sell stop, that is the sell side liquidity, and now we might be heading up. But overall, we are still bearish on 4-hour time frame. So let's see what's really happened. Let me clear the chart and make a fresh analysis. Last week was just range bound to me personally, because this is not really a trend. So let's start with our weekly time frame. On our weekly time frame, you can see that GBPUSD is still in this range here. That is, this week, this candle say so just weaken. So as you can see here, there are some kind of OB here on the weekly time frame, that is tested, and now we might be heading to that OB again. But this huge candle close is really signifying something on the weekly time frame. So one has to be very careful with this candle closure here. And checking our daily time frame here, you can see that GBPUSD is really not showing anything clear to me personally, but you can see that okay, there's some kind of significance level here on our daily time frame. We can see that this is a sell side liquidity, and also to me, this is not making any high yet. There is no any break of structure, so let's watch out to this zone. For this zone next week to be broken. But as you can see, this is the last day on GBPUSD. That was on Friday. This is a nice hammer, and it's signifying bullishness. Going down to our 4-hour time frame, you can see that GBPUSD, I think the week started from here, but overall GBPUSD at first I think it was bullish, then later on here you can see again sweeping liquidity here since it later went lower, and again as you can see there was something that happened here. GBPUSD cleared this sell side again. Now we clear here the buy side, and now we sweep this low, and I am, to me personally, I feel GBPUSD might head higher, but still overall we are bullish from the weekly time frame perspective, but daily is somehow not clear for now to me on GBPUSD. And also you can see here, this was a nice sell off here last week. I would have entered the sell opportunity here, but I was quite very skeptical with GBPUSD. Also you can see that after that there was some kind of structure change here, then GBPUSD also came to this OB here. If you notice, GBPUSD came to this OB, now clear this low, make another structure change, then GBPUSD also came to this OB here. If you notice, GBPUSD came to this OB, now clear this low, make another structure change. Then GBPUSD also came to this OB here. Now Now let's watch out for what happens here. If GBPUSD starts breaking this impulsively, that means the 4-hour will turn automatically bullish, and then we might be looking for buy opportunities on GBPUSD. So that is that on GBPUSD. I think I will end my analysis on 4-hour. Going to a 1-hour, that is for intraday time frames. We can just make use of this. On our intraday time frame, you can see that GBPUSD is quite bullish here on 1-hour time frame. As you can see here, after sweeping this sell side liquidity, GBPUSD started heading higher to the upside, clearing all these highs here. This should be a break of structure here. It's clearly high. Now it came to this low, but this intraday time frame, to me personally, for maybe, and might some people can use it for entry on swing perspective. Also here you can see that is some kind of structure change. That's all. So let's go to EURUSD. On our EURUSD, let's clear the chart and see what really happened on EURUSD last week. So on EURUSD, as you can see here, last week was quite not really that clear, but I thought something. I drew something here on one of my charts on EURUSD. I drew here as an OB, and EURUSD was just quite rangy. In fact, the market was not really that trending on last week. Now let's just clear the chart and make to see what we should be anticipating on EURUSD. On 1 week, let's start with 1 week. That is the weekly time frame. On our weekly time frame, we can still see clearly that we are bearish on EURUSD. Surely we are still very much bearish on this pair. Going down to our daily time frame, you can also see that EURUSD is quite indecision. We are overall still bearish on EURUSD, but when I'm to say something about this kind of move here, this is not clear. It's not clear. We need some kind of, because it wanted to make a low since we were bearish from the higher time frame perspective, and EURUSD should have made a low, clearing the sell side liquidity here. As you can see here, clearing this sell side liquidity, and then maybe making a new low, but EURUSD didn't quite reach there, and it started reversing from there. So going to our 4-hour time frame, let's see what's happening here. On our 4-hour time frame, you can see that here EURUSD, they couldn't make a low. It made some kind of equal lows here, then it stripped it here. That made a structure change here, that caused the structure change here. At first this was quite tricky because there are some weak rejection, not really a body closure here, but still if you go to the lower time frame, like 1-hour time frame, you'll see that should be a structure change here there on EURUSD. Also you can see that there's some kind of OB here that EURUSD came to tap. Yeah, sorry about that. You can see that EURUSD came to this OB here. Let me just adjust it to this here. As soon as EURUSD came to that OB there was also another structure change that happened here. That is a bullish continuation. Then after that, you can see that EURUSD didn't make a high from there. It came here and it didn't really quite reach here, because basically I will have marked here and watching it carefully on EURUSD, but EURUSD just came close to this zone here, and then it didn't make a high, and this should be some kind of structural break on maybe 1 hour time frame here, around here. And EURUSD came down, didn't quite reach here, may come to this zone here. There should be an OB on intraday time frame around here, and then EURUSD now drop lower. But as you can see that EURUSD didn't really close below here. This should be a liquidity grab on EURUSD, and now we can see that EURUSD now is making a structure change here. To me personally, EURUSD is quite bullish, but overall on our weekly time frame, that is the very higher time frame perspective, EURUSD is bearish. But on 4 hour time frame, then on our 1 hour time, which is our intraday time frames, EURUSD is quite bullish, and those are the time frame one should be concentrating on when one wants to enter a trade on a short-term basis. Now let's head to our next pair. As you can see, EURUSD is bullish here. Now let's head to our next pair, which is AUDUSD. So AUDUSD also was quite rangy last week before we saw this kind of massive push to the upside. So let me just clear the chart and make a fresh analysis on AUDUSD. On our weekly time frame, you can see that AUDUSD is very much bearish, and to me personally, after everything, I'm still anticipating to see AUDUSD come to this zone here. But let's see how the market reacts, because here AUDUSD basically, to me, is falling, it's just dropping to the downside. And as you can see here, some kind of structure change here showing that our weekly is very much bearish and has been bearish. Going to our daily time frame, you can also see that AUDUSD is quite bearish. As you can see, right from here, AUDUSD has been making some bearish order flow to the downside, bearishness to the downside. Also, you can see that there was also some kind of structure change that happened around here. So checking our 4 hour time frame, you can see that AUDUSD consolidated around here as well, fall flush to the downside, making another structure break. And basically here is the sell side liquidity on AUDUSD. If we start making a bearish structure to the downside, we should anticipate here to be the next target. Well, right now, as you can see, that AUDUSD consolidated around here, and after the consolidation of AUDUSD, you can see that there was some kind of wick up that grabbed the liquidity here, then it came down everywhere. To me personally, I thought we were come to this zone here, this sell side liquidity, but unfortunately AUDUSD made another weak rejection here. So one need to be very watchful of all this trick, all this fake out. Then after that, and now see that AUDUSD officially made a change of structure on our 4 hour time frame perspective here, and to me basically AUDUSD is bullish. If we can see any push to this zone here, there should be some kind of bullish move from here to the upside. So that is that on AUDUSD. Then we'll be anticipating here to be cleared if it start making bullish move to the upside. Now let's go to Let me check the 1 hour time frame. You can see here it's also bullish. So going down to NZDUSD. So on NZDUSD, you can also see that this guy also consolidated. This pair consolidated also last week. We didn't quite clear this low here that I was anticipating. But right now, let's make a fresh analysis on NZDUSD. So clearing the pair, you can let's start with our weekly time frame. Officially, we're bearish on higher time frame, as you all know that NZDUSD has been making lows upon lows on higher time frame perspective, and I was anticipating here at least to be wicked below before making this push to the other side. But anything can happen in this market, so we shouldn't impose what we need market to do. We should just do what the market is trying to do. We should just follow the market and flow the trend. As you can see here on NZDUSD, we are bearish on weekly time frame. Going down to our daily time frame, you can also see that NZDUSD is bearish from our daily time frame perspective. As you can see here, we're just making bearish order flow of pound, and each though clearing the sell side liquidity, that is the sell stops, and making low. Also, as you can see here, there was nothing that really happened around here. Now let's go to our 4-hour time frame to see what's really happening. On our 4-hour time frame, you can see that NZDUSD has been bearish from here to this zone here before we saw some kind of consolidation in this zone here. Then after that, we saw NZDUSD clearing this low, because this can be an official break of structure, because of immediately after it came here, we started moving up. Also, some people will have been longing NZDUSD from here, because this will have been a clear break of structure on a 1-hour time frame, and it gave them the long opportunity. At least they will have taken some partial off. Also, you can also see that NZDUSD came here to clear the sell side liquidity on this zone here. So it has gone with clearing liquidity upon liquidity, then came here to clear this double top as well. Just put that there before we saw some kind of bullishness. After clearing this zone here, we saw some kind of bullish push that now started making a bullish order flow, that is bullish break of structures. And now, as you can see, that NZDUSD also clear some kind of liquidity here, then break of structure here, another break of structure here. So officially, I'm bullish on NZDUSD from 4-hour time frame perspective, and I'm looking for bullish continuation next week on NZDUSD. But overall, from the higher time frame, that is the weekly, we are still bearish. But daily right now is somehow confusing. But from the weekly time frame, you can still see that we are still bearish from the higher time frame perspective, and we should always be considering the higher time frame, because overall the market tends to move and follow the higher time frame bias. But on the short term, NZDUSD, you can see some kind of bullishness kicking in on NZDUSD. Now going to USDCAD. Now USDCAD, I said that on last week analysis, I said USDCAD might come here and make a push to the upside, or clear this liquidity at this side here, this equal lows here, then maybe another big push continuation to the upside. But rather in USDCAD came here, break this OB here. This didn't make a high, so this should be very watched, because this kind of OB that didn't make a structure change should be, it's not really that clear. But sometimes, you know, the market is very dynamic. Market can also go from here, but overall it's clear this liquidity here, but and then we started seeing some kind of bullish move to the upside, still made another rejection to the downside, and now USDCAD is heading low. Now let's clear this analysis and make fresh analysis from the time frame. On USDCAD, you can see that overall we are bullish from our weekly time frame perspective, and then going down to our daily time frame, you can see that daily time frame perspective, and as you can see that USDCAD, as you can see that it's quite messy here on the daily time frame perspective. Going to our 4-hour time frame, let's make this not visible on lower time frames. As you can see that USDCAD last week on USDCAD was quite messy. I think last week was a ranging week, right? Was a ranging week. As you can see that there's some kind of push to the upside. This is really not that clear, just ranging up and down. Then grabbing the sell side liquidity, buy side liquidity, doing shitty stuff, and then it came up, made another low. It's quite messy. Then made some kind of top here, which is liquidity zone. After making that, came here as well to clear it. So to clear this liquidity here, this was very messy on this pair, that is USDCAD. So this guy was quite not straightforward, and I advise anyone not to take this kind of trades, because it's quite messy. So especially from this time frame perspective, on lower time frame you might still see some nice setups here, maybe the 15-1 hour time frame, but on this time frame here, it's just shit, just up and down, creating equal highs, creating liquidity zone, clearing it up and down. So but overall on this time frame, I'm bearish on USDCAD, so I'm bearish on this pair. But on the higher time frame, I'm bullish. As you can see, we are bullish on the higher time frame, and this might just be some kind of pullback. So let's go to our next pair, which is USDJPY. On our USDJPY, this pair is very shit. It's just been buying since days and days, or weeks, days. USDJPY has been buying. So as you can see here on USDJPY, you see that this guy is really bullish. This guy is really bullish. And going down to our lower time frame, that is our daily time frame, you can see that USDJPY is also bullish on our daily time frame. As you can see, on our weekly time frame we are bullish, on our daily time frame we are bullish. There's nothing really to analyze here, because it has just been bullish and no clear structure. So this pair, I really can't do anything here, because it's just See this massive sell-off clearing all these lows. It's crazy. The USDJPY is doing crazy move lately. So that is that on USDJPY. I don't have any buyers on this pair. Shit. For now, I don't see anything. I just bullish from higher time frame, and it's very dangerous for one to be entering lower time frame buys. You guys can see here. Anyone that was buying here, they are all crushed within how many hours? 1, 2. Within 2 hours, anyone that have been buying for days from here, they have been crushed. So that is out USDJPY going down to our USDCHF. On our USDCHF as well, you can see that I said USDCHF might just come here and make a high, but it didn't quite make a new high before doing that. It should have made this high, then maybe push down and make another high. But as you can see, we didn't do that, and it cleared this zone here for making a fresh upside on this pair. So let's just clear this chart and make a fresh analysis. On our weekly time frame, you can see that USDCHF is quite bullish on this chart. That is, we are bullish on USDCHF this pair. We have been making bullish push to the upside, and now we reached this high. We would not close. The candles did not close above, so this might be some kind of liquidity grab, and might see some kind of push before making another high. But overall, we are still bullish. This pair going to our daily time frame. On our daily time frame, you can also see that we are bullish. We are bullish on this pair. This is fucking bullish. We are bullish on this daily time frame. As you can see, we have been making structure break to the upside, which signifies bullishness of this pair. Going to our 4-hour time frame, you can also see that made a high. Okay, on our 4-hour time frame, we made a high, and then this was some kind of failed OB, which now result in structure change. Now we should be watching here for USDCHF to pull back to before we now make some kind of sell continuation, maybe attacking this double bottoms. This is pied liquidity. So that is that of USDCHF. Now let's go to our indices. Let's start with S&P. Now S&P, you can see that we have, as I said last week, that we have bullish on 4-hour time frame perspective on S&P. But if we continue going lower from the higher time frame view, that is, if we will have made a new low, invalidating this OB here, that means we'll have continue making lows on S&P. But right now, you can see S&P respected here and made a high. So let me clear the charts ASAP and make a fresh analysis. On our weekly time frame, you can see that US 500 has been bearish from the higher time frame perspective. As you can see, there was some kind of, it looks like liquidity graph here with this kind of bullish rejection and this bullish candle push here after going lower as this. So one should be very careful with this pair right now. But right now I can see that some kind of rejection that is happening here. And overall, this is not quite clear on this daily, as all these peers range last week. You can see this was the OBs that was making the other flows with downside before we start making some kind of consolidation around here. Let's go to our four-hour time frame view to see what's really happening, because that daily time frame is just messy. It's not clear. On our 4-hour time frame view, you can see that on this, okay, you can see that this is an OB here. You can see that this is an OB here. It came here, and before that you had some kind of structure change here. So let me make this line here only visible on higher time frame. We don't need it here to be seen, so it shouldn't disturb our analysis. And before that, you can see that there was some kind of liquidity graph that happened around here as well. From the 4-hour time frame perspective, then we're now making highs based on this time frame, 4-hour time frame, and now we are bullish on US 500. So let's just watch how this pair plays out next week. I'm anticipating more upside based on our 4-hour time frame perspective, and there was some kind of liquidity grab on this higher time frame. It's not really that clear structure break, but still we're still bearish on our higher time frame, and now we are seeing some kind of bullishness based on our 4-hour time frame perspective. Let me check 1 hour to see what really happened as well there. So as you can see, also on our 1 hour we are bullish. 1 hour you can see there's some kind of bullish structure change that happened here. And overall we should come to this high, to attack this high based on our 1 hour time frame. So we might see some kind of push to the zone here, then a continuation carrying this relative before highs here. Let's go to our Nasdaq. Nasdaq was also very range bound last week. I think I even missed this trade on Nasdaq, and that was the only trade that will have played out last week on Nasdaq, and it turned out to be a missed trade. As you can see here, let me go to continue to show you what really happened here. See Nasdaq around New York session, came here to this over here. Now it's some kind of bullish push. Now there's an entry here. This will have been my first target to take some partials, and maybe we'll have gotten out remaining around here because market came down. So let me just make a fresh analysis right now on this pair before we head to our DXY. Now that you can see that overall there was also some kind of, okay, this was quite bearish though. It's not really like that one on S&P, even though they are quite correlated. As you can see on Nasdaq, man, this guy is tricky. But overall we are bearish from our higher time frame perspective. Let's go to our daily time frame. On our daily time frame, you can also see that we are bearish on this time frame as well. To me personally, we are bearish in this time frame, seeing all these liquidity grabs happening here, then coming down lower, So let's go to our 4-hour time frame to see what's really happening. On our 4-hour time frame perspective, you can see that Nasdaq made some kind of OB here and it respected it very well. Before that, some kind of structure change that happened around here. Yeah, this is some kind of structure change that happened around here. When was into this? Okay, then from then we have been seeing some kind of bullish flow from that time frame, from the 4-hour time frame perspective. And now, right now, you can see that Nasdaq is making a nice push to the upside. And overall, even if we start heading down, which we are anticipating here to come, for it to come here to this OB here, these are OBs, for it to come here, then maybe a push to the upside, attacking these highs. So that is that Nasdaq. Let's go to our DXY. Then I'll show you one of my swing trade I wanted to enter last week on GBPUSD. On my DXY, you can see that. Let's make a fresh analysis though. Let's clear everything and make a fresh analysis. DXY, which is our dollar index. On DXY, you can see that this man is bullish on a higher time frame perspective, which is our weekly time frame perspective. We are bullish on DXY. Now going to our daily time frame, and if we continue going bullish, here should be the next place for us to be anticipating to be cleared. Now going to our daily time frame, you can see that DXY is also quite throwing bound here on our daily, because since we were bullish, I was anticipating new high to be formed here immediately on our daily, but rather DXY didn't do that and it's ranging and this mid here. So one should be very skeptical with what's happening here on DXY. Now let's go to our 4-hour time frame to see what's really happening here. On our 4-hour time frame, you can also see that we have been range bound here. I think this was what made most pairs to just be ranging throughout last week. Seeing here, clearing this low, coming to this OB here. After clearing the low, come to that OB. This was not really that clear, so it's tricky. This was what made other pairs to be that range bound. As you can see, made a high here with a big structure here, then came to this OB here. Actually, it's not okay. I think it came to the wick, not the body on the open. Okay, came here, made a high here, which was some kind of looking like a bullish order flow, but rather what happened, flushed down, which caused a break of structure here. So right now, overall, I'm bearish on our DXY on 4-hour time frame perspective. Some kind of push, then a continuation down, and we start heading down, anticipating here to be cleared here. Let's see how the market plays out next week on this pair. These guys are just ranging last week, so let's see how this market turns out to be next week. Now let me show you my trade on GBPUSD. Last week was quite shitty. Bull on GBPUSD, everything was just shit. As you can see here on this pair, I had two trials here at first before this, and later came to hit break even. On this pair, you can see that as I saw this bearish push here, I was anticipating it to just come here. If it really was that bearish, we should have just came here, pick me, and maybe continue going lower. But rather, it flashed up, cleared my stop around here. Then it was ranging. Later on, I left it. I think I still tried that day. I tried another entry. It came down a bit, then it removed me in a little bit loss, which is late, like break even. It was approximately a break even trade. Then that was why I wrote these two trials. That is two trials. Then this was the third trial, because I really saw that this guy was bearish and it might not even come here to pick us. Then I tried the next trial here. It was pushing down even close to Friday's close. It cleared this low. Immediately we started clearing this low, I took some, and when we were clearing this low, I was anticipating more bearish closure, like a really deep bearish closure on this 4-hour time frame, and this 4-hour candle to close really bearish. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. With seeing how the price was doing on the 1-hour time frame or so, I took 50% of my position around here, at least to cover the losses I took in these two trials, then left the remaining unbreakable. Then later on, before the market closes, I saw some kind of bullish push to the upside from here, coming to my breakable, clearing me, and it's pushed down again, and right now it's heading higher. It's like this is going to this zone around this zone, my break-even. That is where I entered the trade. It's going to that zone again. So I'm not regretting putting my stop loss to break even, because as per my trading rules, immediately we start clearing this low, my stop loss should be in my entry. So it came to hit me in break even. So that was that on my swing watch last week. This was the only pair I was anticipating to swing last week. Also on GBPUSD, but I didn't enter because I was anticipating a bearish closure to confirm my bearish bias on GBPUSD. I was expecting a real bearish closure here, then maybe next week with really bearish candles here closing around here, not this kind of bearish closure. Then next week I'll have looking for entries to continue lower, but rather GBPUSD didn't do that. Someone that's really trade aggressively will have picked his entry from here, right from here, and will have made a lot of pips from here. Imagine when I enter GBPUSD here, I will have taken some partials around here, and this is 150 pip, taking partials, then left the remaining, and this later went to 260 pip, and later on came to breaking. Just imagine how many hours it took GBPUSD to come to this zone here, and how many hours it took it to hit break even. Man, anyone that will have entered this trade will have been fucked if he didn't take anything out in profits. So that is that on the two swing that I was really watching last week. So that was that on my trade last week. I really did not take any intraday trade because everything was just choppy. That is why one need to know when to trade and when not to trade, because sometimes in this market, knowing when not to trade is what really helps to preserve our capital. You know, people tend to lose their capital in a ranging market. When the market is choppy, people are getting stop loss hits, fighting the market. You have to let the market show you that, okay, I want to move, I'm trending, I want to trend, before you start making trade before you start analyzing and anticipating the market move. Because right now, last week, market was just choppy, so you just have to stay away from the market. So that is that on my analysis, and let's see how next week plays out. We hope this week should be a trending week. Bye for now, guys. Enjoy your week. Have a great trading week.